Everybody ready? Take questions for Coach.
What was it like in the locker room after your first win?
Well, I mean, these guys were excited. I think, you got to give our players a lot of credit. It was one of those games where we just made it harder on ourselves than we needed to. We had a chance to go ahead by 2 scores. If we can kick the extra point, and they blocked the extra point, run it back, and now instead of a 10-point game and Navy being in a little bit of a bind because of style of offense, it's a 7-point game. That was a huge play, obviously. But I was just really proud of our guys for battling. We just kept talking about all week about, just keep your head down and keep playing. And it's a 60-minute game, and ended up being about a 65-minute game today. But I'm just happy for them. They've worked really, really hard. They've done everything we've asked them to do. They're learning to play with great effort and focus and discipline. We talked all week about we needed to make a play in special teams to give us a chance to win, and obviously made a big one with the kickoff return. But then had a chance to put a little distance between ourselves and them, and gave up the blocked extra point. So I was disappointed in that. Crochet was really close getting out on that punt at the end of the game. So we've got some dynamic guys on teams. We just got to keep grinding and keep improving.
What were your decision to roll the dice and go for 2 and OT?
Well, there was kind of a number of things, really. Number one, felt like we had a good play. That's a play that we've kind of run through the years. I'll tell you the science of football coaching. You guys want to know the whole truth. About 2 years ago when I was at Cal, we needed a 2-point play, so we got on Google and Googled good 2-point plays. Believe it or not. And the tape showed up of this game, this 2-point play, I believe it was Alabama-Auburn from about 10 years ago. So we put it in at Cal, ran it against Oregon, helped us win a ball game, get a game into overtime. That I think we won 2 or 3 overtimes against Oregon. So it's something we've worked all camp. It was. So I felt like we had a good play to start with. The second thing was, we were running out of bodies defensively. We were beat up. I mean, we were getting ready to have to go with a couple of true freshmen and linebacker. And so, just felt like it was something that we needed to do. And anytime you play a triple option team, that's their strength. Their strength is driving 25 yards. They're always so good in the red zone. And so you've got to try to make the game short. And we just felt like a combination of those things and had confidence in the players being able to make the play. You've got to give Navy credit. I mean, they covered it better than anybody's ever covered it. I've seen people run this play, through the years, and I've never seen anybody cover it. And credit them, they had 2 guys right there. And so, Ben Hicks made a great throw, threw it in the perfect place. Hunter made a really good catch, and he's a big body, and just was really excited about it. Happy for those kids.
What was the review about?
I'm guessing just to make sure there's some technicalities involved in the play where the tackle can't put his hand down, and we've practiced it 1,000 times, so we were confident that they weren't going to overturn it.
What made the decision to put Ben Hicks in the overtime?
We just felt like we needed to throw the ball, and Ben's just played more. You know what I mean? And Will got a little banged up, during the game, and so it just felt like that, in that situation, Ben just had more experience, and we thought going in that we were going to have to throw the football. Braden was out of gas. X and Kamen were both out with injuries, and Braden just didn't have much left in the tank. And so we just felt like, given that set of circumstances, that was the right decision to make. And, you have to give Ben Hicks an enormous amount of credit. Just his character for losing his job a week ago, and coming back today and leading us to victory. And I just can't tell you enough about him and how he handled it and what that meant for us, and just really appreciative that he's that he did that, and he's selfless and practiced his tail off all week. Probably had the best week of practice he's had, and just like I said, just can't say enough about it.
How does a kid who sits for 60 minutes of game time stay sharp? Physically stay sharp. Does he throw a lot during the game?
Yeah, he didn't a ton. We told him we told him as the game started to wind down, I just felt like it was the best thing. And so Ben had an opportunity to get loose. And again, we got a tremendous amount of confidence in Ben. I mean, we do, and we know he can. We know he can throw the football. And as I said, you go back and you look at that throw. I mean, that was the absolute perfect spot on the 2-point play. And so, we had to make some strange decisions today. We knew we needed to score touchdowns instead of kick field goals. They stopped us a couple times on 4th down, and then we got it one time on 4th down. And so it's just one of those games where when you play against Navy, you have to do some things a little differently than you do in some other games. And it worked once for a touchdown, on 4th down, and twice it didn't. And so it was one of those games that, typically when games go that way and you have an opportunity to put somebody away, if you don't do it, very seldom do you win the game. And you got to give our coach credit because they figured out how to win it.
You talked about the factors that went into the decision to go for 2, but considering the score as it was, if it didn't work, it was going to end up in a loss. How hesitant were you, or how?
You know what? There's no. I mean, I knew what we were going to do. Yeah, so you just get a feel for certain things, and we needed to try to win a game right there.
What made you go with the freshman? How do you think he played for regulation?
I thought he did some good things. I think that we'll look at the tape and see, but my impression was, he did some good things. I thought Navy did a nice job of taking him away as a run option. They did a good job with their DNs on some of the zone read stuff, and he wasn't able really to run the football as effectively maybe as we would have liked. And then by the end of the game, Reggie Robertson was out. I mean, we were just missing, it's just a litany of players. I can remember, talking to the trainer, and I was like, I don't know if we're going to have anybody else to play the ball game, on defense or offense. We just had, a lot of guys that were out. And so, the good thing I like about what I'm starting to see from this team is, if somebody goes down, somebody else steps up. They see it as an opportunity to make some plays and compete. And that's kind of what we want our program to be all about. So we took a step in the right direction today for sure.
Now, last week didn't end in victory, but how important was it for you to find some good moments in the Michigan game? How did they carry over in this victory?
Yeah, I mean, I think in our locker room, there wasn't one person that wasn't disappointed we lost the game. But I did think that there were some moments that gave us some confidence. You know what I'm saying? I thought I thought playing in the big house wasn't too big for us. And so when it got to overtime today, our guys just kind of went out there and did their thing. And so I just, just really, like I said, starting to see some guys, believe in themselves and have some confidence. And, Navy's a hard team to beat. I mean, these guys are really, really a hard team to beat. Well, I know they are because we haven't done it for 20 years. And so, we play for a trophy that our players have never even seen before. We've never had the trophy, the Gans trophy, and from Frank Gans, we've never had possession of the trophy before. So, they're hard to beat. They're good. I mean, they're well coached. They play hard. They don't beat themselves. You got to give them a ton of credit. They're just, they're going to get their best every single Saturday.
You mentioned how long it's been since SMU beat Navy, and when Navy was here a couple of years ago, they didn't punt once.
Yeah.
You forced 5 punts today. What were your overall thoughts on the way your defense?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our defense kept us in the game. I mean, I really did. We sputtered at times a little bit on offense, especially in the second half. As I said, Braden kind of ran out of gas, and our run game wasn't as good as it needed to be. But our defense just kept playing. And you got to stop the fullback, and I thought for the most part we did. You got to give them credit. They made some plays. The quarterbacks are good players. Both of those guys, did some really good things today. And as you adjust, they adjust. And so they always do a good job of staying one step ahead. They've been doing this a long time. But again, I can't say enough about just how hard we played. We gave up the one big run, to tie the game. But I thought our guys, for the most part, we gave up the pass. Obviously they hit us on the pass coming out of the second half. But I thought we played assignment football. I thought we played discipline. I thought we tackled pretty well. You can see we started missing some tackles late as we start to wear down a little bit. So, they're a handful. They're tough to beat.
Can I go back to the 2-point play for one
Yeah.
moment, please? People around the country are going to look and say, well, that's Sonny Dykes, he's a gambler. I know you gave the good reasons. You didn't do this like
Yeah, I mean,
bands, but
I think
are you a gambler?
I've been around me. I've been watching football, either coaching or playing it my whole life. And I think you just get a feel for what your team needs. And I just felt like we need to go for two. And, as I said, I mean, you get a feel for every single game is different. How you have to play it, how you have to coach it, and what do you have to do to win. And so, we needed to. We went forward a lot on fourth down. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. And but we felt like we needed to maximize every single opportunity. You just don't get many. You know what I mean? And so, that was actually a really easy call. Never even. I mean, it was after they scored and kicked the extra point. I said, well, when we scored, we're going for two. I went and told Red. Went and talked to Kevin Kane, our D coordinator, and Kevin said, yeah, I guess we don't have anybody left. I said, good, that's what we're doing. So that's kind of how it went down.
How much of the effectiveness of that 2-point play is Chad Persley waving his arms at Ben Hicks like he's an eligible receiver and therefore drawing some attention from the defense?
Yeah, as I said, I mean, typically, they kept somebody back there, and so it's Myron ran a little over route. Normally, both of the guys run with the over route. And again, maybe did a good job staying at home. Right? That's what those guys do. They play disciplined football. Yeah, I mean, it's it's kind of a trick play, but you still have to execute it. And in this case, we had to make a really good throw and a really good catch.
Does it have a name?
Say it again.
Does it have a name? Like
Yeah, we've called it everything. So I think we call it Oregon here, because we ran it against Oregon a couple weeks ago.
After the game, your players went and stood with the Navy players called names on the mark. Like, what were you for that? Was this going to be full game?
Yeah, I mean, it's just something that we, look, I can't say enough about the amount of respect I have for that institution and what those guys do when they're done playing football, what they stand for, and who they are. And so I think our players just wanted to show as much respect as we possibly could. And I think, like I said, that's well deserved. Yeah, and he's got an ankle. We've had a weird number of ankles. And so Richard has an ankle. I haven't gotten an update. I don't have any idea how severe it is. All I kept getting was about every third play, so-and-so's out, so-and-so's out, so-and-so's out. We're adjusting on special teams and moving people around and trying to get them ready. And it was just, really a lot of guys out.
Can you talk about the quarterback situation moving forward?
Yeah, we'll look at the tape and see. We're going to do whatever we think gives us the best chance to win. The good thing is we have confidence in two quarterbacks, and so I don't see how that's a negative thing. You know what I mean? I think Will has shown what kind of player we think he can be, and obviously Ben has as well. So I think we just keep moving forward and keep growing.
Norm, long short passes, screen passes. Was that designed to get going really on? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like anything else. We felt like we liked our matchup when we got the ball on the perimeter. Our skill against their guys, and so we wanted to get the ball down the field a little bit, but at the same time, every possession is so important. When you play these guys, and so you have a 3 and out, it's crippling because you may not get the ball back for another 10 minutes. And so I think we had the ball one possession in the first quarter. I think 3 maybe in the first half. And so you better maximize them. And so for us, we wanted to complete passes. That was what we kept saying is throw completions. Let our guys create things with the ball in their hand, and I think it was a good plan.
You said during the week that you decide later on whether you're going to go with Ben or Will. When did you decide, and how much of your decision was based on practice versus what he did in Michigan?
Well, I mean, I think we felt like just based on Will played the second half, going into we felt like he deserved an opportunity to go build on that performance. But I think, again, the way Ben practiced, he gave us the confidence to go back in the ball game and for him to make the plays on the stretch.
You used a couple true freshmen in Jared Miles and Travion Johnson, receiver. What went into that decision?
Just healthy bodies, you know what I mean? We were just kind of starting to go down some guys, and I think both of them have practiced well enough. I mean, they're both still learning. They're really two very talented young kids that are raw coming out of high school and you know, are both going to be good players. So, you know, we just felt like they had improved enough where it merited getting them on the field and felt like they could, you know, do enough things to give us a chance. You know, and you go look at our roster, and we've played a remarkable number of young players. You know what I mean? I mean, just newcomers and young guys, and you know, and we needed them. Like I said, we're just banged up right now. So, you know, we've got to, you know, we got to regroup a little bit and see where we are. And I think you'll continue to see more and more young players play.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks a lot, Robert. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Well, that was Coach Sonny Dykes, and he gathered up his first victory today, and it was a teeth-grinding game that went to overtime. SMU on a big decision that he learned on Google, of all places, a 2-point conversion that put the SMU Mustangs over the top, 31-30 in overtime. And this was a good one, and more important, first victory in the American Conference. So, SMU getting the win, and we will be back here at another time. We're going to try to cover as many SMU games as possible. And we will see you next time on the Donniesport football show. Well, we're going to do one more interview, and this time's the quarterback.
Take questions for Ben Hicks and Braden West.
Dan, what did you do to keep your head in the 60 minutes of game time that you were ready to go when you were called?
You know, done what I've always done. You know, always been ready to play. Game plan the same way I always do. Just told myself to be ready. You know, because if I wasn't, it would have looked bad, and I might not have ever gotten a shot again. So, just told myself to stay ready and take advantage if I get an opportunity. I think that's what I did. So.
On a practical level, did you do any more throwing to stay loose, physically loose, or anything, or same procedure there too?
Today in the game?
Yeah, today.
I mean, with about a minute left in the fourth, Coach Dykes said, hey, get loose. So I got loose through about 10 balls and was ready to go. Right for overtime. Right after they scored, I threw a little bit. But other than that, that's about all I did.
Were you surprised by the decision to go for 2?
No, because right before, or right after they scored, I was going to ask Coach Lashley if they were going to go for 2, but I didn't. And then right after we scored, I looked at him and said 2, and he was telling me left hash, so I knew we were, or left middle hash, and so I knew we were going for 2. I knew what play was coming, so we were working on that. So.
For either of you, what was it like waiting out the review by the officials on that after that last play?
Hell. It was terrible. I mean, I think all the guys on our side knew it was going to be a touchdown, but just that slight chance in the back of your head, it's like they called us back. In my mind, I was like, I have nothing else to give. Like, I've given everything I had right now. My back is killing me, but I think, and everybody saw it was going to be a touchdown.
Yeah. I was just trying to get everybody off the field. Because I didn't want to get a penalty if it wasn't good. You know, if it wasn't if it was a legal formation. You know, I didn't want to put more pressure on Kevin to kick a deep field goal or put more pressure on us to have to get 2 from farther back. So.
Is that what the review was? Whether the formation and lined up right?
Yeah, they just want to make sure that Hunter wasn't covered up and he was illegal. You know, he's a legal receiver. So, and we've worked that 1,000 times, so we knew it was legal. We just had to make sure Chad was on the ball. I guess they went back and made it clear that it was legal. So, like you said, we kind of knew it was legal, so we were trying to figure out what they were doing. But it's all good.
Brady, you're always beat up after every game, but are you more beat up than any game after today, or pretty far on the scale?
I think just today with Zay and Free being banged up, I just had to step up into a bigger role, take some more snaps, knew I had a bigger role going into this game, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. If I was happen to go down, I knew those two were filling for me, and there wouldn't be no hesitation. We go in and do the same thing we always do. So, I mean, yeah, I'm beat up. I'm beat up right now. I'm beat up, but I mean, come in, get an ice bath, get some ice, and roll in the next week.
Dude's a stud, man.
Brandon, what was your offensive line doing in front of you to create holes?
I mean, those guys have been challenged pretty much as the season started. We got to get the line of scrimmage moved. We got to do it now, and I think those guys have been answering that week in and week out. I mean, we went to the Michigan game last week, and people thought they were just going to boat race us, and I think those guys did a great job, and they did a great job the week before with TCU. And a lot of people might look at it and be like, look at this in school and be like, oh, they're terrible, they suck. But I mean, I think everybody within the actual system knows that those guys work their ass off, and they're getting better week in and week out. And I know they're going to continue to improve.
How do you think the previous 2 weeks against TCU and Michigan prepared you for today to kind of overcome adversity?
I mean, those are two great teams, great defenses, and I mean, just getting that look. I mean, we play TCU every year, and we always go and battle them pretty well. But just being able to go play Michigan at Michigan, I think that was an experience, and it just prepared a lot of people to be like, okay, we can play with Michigan, we can play with anybody in the country if we just limit our mistakes and go in and do what we're supposed to do. I think it just gave a lot of guys a confidence boost going into conference play.
Your coaches have talked about the improvement they've seen each week. How important was it to not only have the improvement today, but end in the victory in terms of just the confidence in the locker room and moving forward into the season?
I think more than anything, it was a huge deal to get a win for guys that have never beaten Navy. Never beaten them, but also gotten our butts kicked for 3 straight years. And we had them on the ropes last year, but still, I think it's a huge deal for the guys that are in that locker room that have been through all that stuff, and also for guys that aren't here anymore that have been through it, give them a chance to celebrate and feel like they were a part of this victory. And so I'm just happy for the guys that deserve it here and not here.
Braden, you had 4 straight carries on that last overtime drive. How are you feeling as those play calls kind of come in?
I was taking one play at a time. All right, I gotta do what I can right here, get the first down. Got to that 4th and 1. I was like, all right, just focus on this one play and focus on the next play. When that play comes, get this 4th and 1 and move on. I'm just, like I said, just doing my part to do what I can. And my job that week is to be the playmaker, get the first downs, and that's what I got to do. If my goal, my job that week is to maybe be more pass protection, pass, going out of pass games, whatever it is, whatever we're going to do, and do it to the best of my ability. I'm going to give my all to these guys.
Now, Brayden, we know about the 149 yards rushing, but you had 6 catches, 40 yards. How important is it to show your versatility?
Like I said, I think it's big just so, you got to be able to go anywhere, whenever coach wants you to go there. Whether that be being split out, whether that be going with special teams, running back, whatever it is to make the team, to help the team, get the team where it needs to be. Yes, sir, coach, whatever you need.
And on the conversion, Chad Persley goes in motion and he was waving his arms at you. Was that merely a distraction for the defense, or was he actually lobbying for the lineman's dream and trying to get you to throw the ball to him?
It was a distraction. He probably wants the ball, but I wasn't looking at those checks.
Momentary disappointment that you had to put aside when you found out you weren't getting the start.
Yeah, I've played in every game the last 2 years except for 1. So yeah, I was heartbroken, I was hurt, but I just swallowed my pride and, just take it one day at a time like Braden always talks about. There was nothing I could do at that point except the support of Will, understand what coach was doing, be ready for my opportunity presented itself. And, it helps that I've been through. Me and Braden have been through a lot together here at SMU, so I could fall back on the things I was able to do when tough times came upon us the last couple of years, and I was able to be ready to play when time came to them.
Were you talking to Will on the sidelines, maybe giving some pointers?
Yeah, just trying to help him out as much as possible. Yeah.
What'd you see him do today?
Play well. Yeah, play well. I thought we ran the ball really well today, so anytime you can run the ball, it helps. I know guys getting his first start. I know it's, I think that's what was part of our game plan coming in this week, was being able to run the ball. I thought Will handled it really well. I'm proud of him, so we'll see where we go from here. So.
Is this the toughest 4-game stretch y'all have faced since y'all have been here?
And like in a row.
Yeah, just in a row.
Yeah. North Texas is really good. Obviously TCU and Michigan. And then Navy's always hard to beat. Like, Navy doesn't lose a lot of games. They got a winning tradition there. So yeah, it's obviously been extremely difficult. But I think it's going to help us out in the long run.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys.
And do a couple of SMU players talk about what happened on today's game. 31-30, SMU knocking off Navy in overtime. We'll have another feature with the SMU Mustangs later on down the road. Thank you for watching the Donniesport football show right here on the Donniesport 17 Network.